Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a new show on YouTube on Disney Universe TV. DU movie reviews. Movies are back in the theater, and you can still watch them at home if you want. But we went to the theater, so um, yeah. I'm Joey. With me is Ryan, and I was gonna have a different name other than DU movie reviews, but I thought movies that Joey likes and Ryan hates would be too weird and long, so I just figured DU movie reviews. But I'd like to get a third person every time to get a little, tiebreaker. So who better to drop his microphone screen? Who better to join us reviewing Disney's Jungle Cruise than the Jungle Cruiser himself, Jungle Cruiser from All Aboard the Podcast? What's up, man? And how you doing, Ryan?
I'm good. I'm a lot better now that I'm out of the theater.
Oh, geez. So this is a slightly different type of episode. So we're trying it out, and luckily we're not live right now. And this might actually be released as a bonus podcast. So we will figure it out. But yeah, we're going to be reviewing the Jungle Cruise, the long-awaited Disney live-action movie. Before we get to that, though, I've mentioned a couple times that if we could get to 100 followers or subscriptions, what's it called on YouTube? Subscribes. Yeah. Smash that subscribe button or smash the bell, whatever. But we will be giving away your choice of two movies, and I actually got them here this time. So the first choice, and I'm going to go through these, are Beauty and the Beast DVD, animated and live action. Yay. Mary Poppins Returns on Blu-ray. These are sealed still, so as you can see. So that'll be there. A 3-movie collection.
Real thin and took out the Disney Movie Reward points and then sealed it back up.
I didn't do that. No. A 3-movie combination of Moana, Tangled, and Little Mermaid, and that's a Blu-ray, as you can see on the top, and digital copy and DVD. Then 4K versions of Avengers Endgame, 4K version of Raya and the Last Dragon, and of course 4K version of Frozen 2, because Corey's always frozen. and temporarily misplaced is a 4K Blu-ray version of Soul. I got a messy room and it fell down the crack somewhere. So, but that can be added, and just added now to the stack, another 3-movie collection, the Captain America 3-movie collection. So you get the first Avenger, Winter Soldier, and Civil War. So once we hit 100 subscribers, we'll kind of just do a random drawing, and the winner will select 2 of those movies.
So forget to decline from Disney Movie Club pile.
Yeah, pretty much.
That was me back when I had it, and I was like, I need to cancel this.
I can't figure out how to cancel. You got to call somebody now.
You actually have to go in. You have to go in to cancel. I'm just joking.
Like
no, you really do.
Like a gym membership.
No, you really do.
I was like looking for one from like 5 years ago. Clearly not working.
Yeah. But anyways, we are going to be talking about Jungle Cruise, the movie. So I got to put on my skipper hat. So hang on one second.
Hey.
Because I'm going all out. So before we get to our opinions, I'm just going to do a little breakdown of the Jungle Cruise. This movie was supposed to come out. Can you hear me? I can't hear me.
Yeah, we can hear
you. Okay. So this movie was actually supposed to come out 2 years ago. And Disney decided not to release it because it was the summer of Endgame, which wound up being the highest grossing movie of all time. So like, we don't want to compete with that movie. So they bumped it to the following July, which was last July, which was COVID summer. So then again, this movie got pushed back to this July, but it finally came out. So, yeah, I'm trying to get the director real quick. I'm not too familiar with this director. I don't know if you guys are or not, but let me find his name if I can. Oh, well, I can't find it right now. I'm on IMDb, but I got the cast of crew. I guess he's part of crew, but it is there he is. Wam Kole Sarah. And It actually looks kind of like Ryan to me. So. But it's kind of funny. But he's got a bunch of The Shallows, Unknown, Orphan, House of Wax, Jungle Cruise, a couple other Liam Neeson type movies. So Run All Night, The Commuter.
It does not look like me.
I saw The Commuter, yeah.
Yeah. So and some Enrique Iglesias videos. So, anyways, this movie comes out, and I really was expecting this. That's not supposed to have audio on that, so hang on one second. That wasn't supposed to have audio, but
we didn't hear it.
Oh, that's good. That's just on me then. Yeah. So finally comes out, and you know what? I guess I'll start. I really enjoyed it. Was it a perfect movie? Of course not. No movie really is, but I thought it was really exciting. I like the heart of the Jungle Cruise, and I also kind of mentioned it really tied into other videos or other movies. I listed because a lot of people mentioned Indiana Jones, but I was specific with Raiders of the Lost Ark, Romancing the Stone, Congo, or the African Queen. I'm sorry, I was thinking the Congo Queen. That's the name of the boat. And then even The Mummy with Brendan Fraser. So I know Ryan probably hasn't seen half of those movies. I'm guessing maybe one of them. Or have you seen The Mummy?
Yep, I've seen The Mummies. Seen Indiana Jones.
Oh, okay, just checking.
You're kind of choppy, so I don't know what the other ones you said were.
Okay, well, I said African Queen and Romancing the Stone with Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner. Yeah, but it's all in the same kind of spirit. But I thought I thought the action was really good. We'll break out certain parts, but I'm just kind of doing my first initial. I was pretty hooked on since one of the controversial parts of this movie was the use of Metallica's "Nothing Else Matters" at the beginning, opening credits, and later on in the movie. So once I heard that riff, I was like, okay, I'm hooked. And I'll let you go, Ryan. Like I said, we'll break it down a little bit more. So,
okay, this is one of the worst Disney movies I've seen in a really long time. It was really brutal to watch. We almost got up a couple times in the middle of it, and like, I just wanted to go, but I was like, I need to watch it for the show. I was like, okay, so we'll stay. It was total rip of pirates, and it was super duper woke, but it was like they'd be woke for some things, but not for other things. I don't know if you want me to break it down now or later.
Oh, we'll just go with initial.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and it was just boring. We were just bored. And the CGI was, I thought, horrible. Like the tiger or the leopard. Like we have the jungle. They made the Jungle Book, which looked amazing, and then the leopard. I don't know if you guys were watching his paws, but like the shadow placement, it was like it would be off by a little bit at like the front of his paw, and it was just like it was bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like I guess if Jon Favreau doesn't touch anything Disney, it's just not good anymore. I don't know. That's just what I think. But yeah, I thought it was brutal and just a total rip of pirates.
Okay, and I'll ask Cal in a little bit, but yeah. Corey, what's your initial? Oh, sorry, Jungle Cruiser.
Yeah, look at the name down there.
Yeah, sorry.
I could definitely see pirates for sure. Another one to throw in on top of the ones you guys already mentioned was Atlantis. It starts off that whole like where he's like in the room. I'm not going to break it down too much, but I saw Atlantis in there. I loved it.
Real quick, since this is brand new show, this will be spoiler filled.
Oh yeah,
it'll be in the description. But okay, continue, sir.
I think you mentioned it on Instagram too. That spoilers, like we're gonna give, So yeah, I did love it. It had the jokes hit. Even though you knew the punchlines, I'm in the auditorium. This is one of the ones I definitely had to watch in the theaters rather than stream it. Like I could stream anything else. I'm fine with that. Watching it at home. This was one that I'm going out of my way. I'm going to watch it at the actual movie theater. And initial, I loved it. And then we can break it down in a little bit. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but yeah, great movie. But I just wanted to add the Atlantis thing in there because I definitely saw that. Cool.
That makes sense. And so I guess I just want to go to other than the snakes and bees and the cursed conquistadors. What else about pirates? I'm just kind of curious.
So like those were like that's like the main plot, and that's like the main plot of Pirates. Like he does like the main. Okay, spoiler just again. Main character cursed. Don't know. We don't know he's cursed. And he finally he's cursed, and all these little other cursed people, and they are all on an adventure together. And it was just like this is like the main plot of Pirates. That's the main plot of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like more the second Pirates with
Davy Jones.
Yeah, and his crew. So I guess more specific. What was the second one? World Its End? No, that was the third one.
No, it was the
Dead Man's Chest.
Dead Man's Chest. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Dead Man's Chest, if we're in specific, but it's just that was the main plot of Dead Man's Chest, and that was like the main plot, and like the characters look the same, and like I don't know. Did you guys find the CGI to be as terrible as I did?
I think it was the weakest part of the movie, and it wasn't great. Like you compared it to Jungle Cruise, Jungle Book, which was a different style of animation, but yes, it was definitely amazing, and you can definitely tell that Disney doesn't have, which is weird because they own Marvel and Lucasfilm, but whoever's doing their digital isn't on par with those movies. But
and
which is weird.
Extra 2 years.
Yeah, so I thought it was not the greatest, but it wasn't terrible. I've seen a lot worse, and
like a lot worse than 2021.
Well, there hasn't been very many movies. There hasn't been very many movies.
How about like 2019? Even go back to then from a major company like Disney.
Yeah, it's hard. I can't really think of it right now. But I mean, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. It wasn't perfect, but it wasn't like
it sucked me out of the movie. Unfortunately, I wish it didn't. I wish I liked this movie. I was excited. I was more excited for you to watch it than I was to watch it. But even if you go back to when the first trailer dropped on the podcast, the first thing I said was the CGI doesn't look very good. And that was what, 2018 the trailer dropped? 2019?
2019.
And even then I was like, if you go back, I went back to like make sure. I went back and listened. As the first thing I said was like a CGI.
You actually listened to the show? Oh my god!
Because I wanted to make sure it wasn't.
No,
in my
I'm shocked.
So yeah, so like, that's the first thing I said, and they didn't. And you said, "Hey, it's just the teaser trailer. They'll fix it. Don't worry." And
yeah,
they did not.
The animation didn't take me. The computer, it didn't take me out at all. And I'm just trying to think. Let's kind of. Well, okay. What did you think about the VX visual effects, JC?
It didn't take me out of it. I'm not like going into the movie trying to dissect every piece of it. So maybe that's why. Maybe on the rewatch I will see, but no, the CGI did not. It wasn't so bad that it took me out of the story and everything else. So
to me, it looked like it was filmed in that weird transition time of, are we going to make it 3D or not 3D? Because, when the movie was coming out, 3D was still bigger than it was even the following year.
I could see that.
I mean,
it probably would have been a lot cooler in 3D. I don't know if they're showing it in 3D. I saw it in IMAX, but it wasn't 3D IMAX. It was just regular IMAX. So
yeah, and I saw it in XD, which is, Cinemark's version of IMAX, which is still really good, just not as much. I know some friends that did see it in 3D, and they thought it looked really cool. So maybe they just didn't transfer over the effects to 2D as good as well as expected.
There was a lot of 3D, like I could thinking back now, like there's a lot of 3D scenes of like snakes and stuff. So
sure. And getting to we'll kind of stick to some of the fun parts too. But what were you guys' favorite, I guess, nods to either the attraction or even just kind of like Disney in general? I'll start with you, JC.
Mine were the jokes for sure. The granite, don't take it for granted. Obviously, the backside of water. That was just too obvious. There's another joke that he said in there. I think it was like 3 or 4 jokes, like right off the bat, and it was just like, obviously the people on the actual boat weren't feeling it, and I felt like I was the only one in the auditorium, just like actually laughing, like belly laughing. I was like, everyone's probably just like you would see on the actual ride, on the attraction.
Yeah,
the ha ha ha. And that's kind of, I guess, that in real life, but in the movie, The Rock just like he delivered it. So yeah, the jokes for sure.
Yeah, he did have the delivery on point, and I liked that they really did tie in the that he manufactured the Jungle Cruise. For he did his the cannibals and all that, and the different the hippos and all that. The one joke I think you're talking about was the one where he used to date a girl that was cross-eyed, but they never saw eye to eye or something.
So someone else on the side.
Yeah. I will say though, my theater, it wasn't completely full, but it was pretty crowded, and all the jokes hit, and a lot of people were cracking up, laughing out loud at parts. But yeah, I like that too. What about you, Ryan? Anything that really
like that first 5 minutes with The Rock, those jokes funny. There was like a couple people in our theater, and I don't think they were like Disneyland nuts, like they'd pick up on that.
Yeah.
So, no one was laughing, but like me and Ariel like understood. Like, it was like cute funny. It wasn't like like Hangover funny, but
true.
It was
Well,
like it's like that when he's taking them. That's the like unfortunately the only part of the movie I liked when he was doing the cruise.
Okay. And it's good that they tied it in like real quick with it rather than throughout the the movie. There was still the little puns between him and Lily. You're a little pun. One of my favorites, and this one was unexpected, but you see it in the trailer, you see it in the poster, but we did finally see what happened to Rosita. She was hanging out with Paul Giamatti on the in the little marketplace.
I forgot about that nod. That was a cool nod.
Yeah. That was
I know
cool.
You probably loved all the Adventurers Club references
and
stuff.
Yeah, of course, seeing the crates and letters for Dr. Albert Falls. I will bring a little bit that up in a little bit because I'll probably end with because one thing, and I'll just kind of tease it now, but what I would have done for there's no post-credit scene. Some Disney movies have them. All Pirates movies have them. Everybody thinks it's a Marvel thing, but the movie's been doing them for years. So I do have an idea for what should have been the post-credit scene, but I'll save that for the end. But no, I did love seeing the Dr. Albert Falls stuff. Somebody said they saw a photo in the background somewhere in the archives that resembled the SEA members photo. That's more animated style. And they mentioned the society a couple times, which was never given a name, but somebody screenshot. People are quick on the internet, but it's a full society, but it's like some men's society of whatever, something rather. And that'll get to my post-credit scene idea. But yeah, I was kind of expecting that you might have heard something with like the SEA or seen something, but the only real nod we got to that was seeing the crate that it belonged to Dr. Albert Falls, which we all know is he found Schweitzer Falls. And but that was cool. Yeah.
And that's where I saw the Atlantis part. That in the beginning, kind of, and the end too. They go back to the society, but
yeah. So I should have got that screen grab of what the name of that society was, but it was a whole long name and stuff. But so kind of going to your Ryan, your woke opinions. I'm guessing you didn't like
word it.
No. I was trying to think as I'm going. I'm guessing you didn't like that Trader Sam was a female.
No, I didn't care.
Okay.
Nope. So problems I had. So what movie was set in 1920-ish, right? 20-ish. So the whole movie they made a huge deal that Emily Blunt was wearing pants. He calls her pants the whole movie. Beginning of the movie, everyone's like freaking out because she's wearing pants, which is like in the times, right? Like in the 20s, women didn't wear pants. Yeah. And then when her brothers explained to The Rock that he's gay, The Rock like, oh, okay, and like shares a drink with him. Like, I don't care, but in the 20s, that wouldn't happen. It just wouldn't happen. The Rock would have he wouldn't have like instantly given him a drink.
Well,
like
I don't know because I didn't grow up in the 20s. but I know what you're saying.
Like history, like people are just now like being like, I don't care, and I don't care, but like kind of stick to the theme. Like if you're gonna like make a big deal that she's wearing pants in the 20s, and then not care that like that would be like a huge drop in like 1920s. That's like someone's. You wouldn't share a drink. That's just. I don't think it ever would happen.
Well,
and because he makes a big deal that she's wearing pants, and then he doesn't make a big deal about that. Like, just stay consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought they got rid of all the headhunters in the Jungle Cruise ride because they're way too offensive for kids to see and people are getting upset. But the movie's filled with them.
Yeah, because they're in Amazon though.
They're fake, right? They're not real.
No, they were real.
Well, but they're actors. But like, why is it okay if they're in the movie but not in the ride?
So, and I'm gonna go to your first. In my opinion, of the first thing where Frank's talking to I forget his name, but the brother.
Yeah, I forget his name too.
He told him how he wasn't accepted in society. And
yeah, but
hang on.
Okay.
So he kind of mentions it, and that's why he's so close to his sister and will do anything for him. At the time, we don't know at the time, but how Frank the Rock has been around, for 300 something years, and he probably just doesn't. I mean, it's not a big deal to him, in my opinion. That's the way I got it, because he's not in society; he's in the jungle, and so being that he was kind of affected, or kind of chastised for, his turning down wedding suitors, in British society. That's why I think that. And
okay,
I'm not explaining this very well, but
no, it's okay. I know what you're saying, but I just don't think like a huge jack guy like The Rock would be like, here, have some of my drink right after he tells them that. That's just how I would think about it in the 20s. Like today, like.
But not everybody was against certain things. I mean, it's kind of like you hear about as a group, and I'll kind of go to this thing from Men in Black. It's not Disney, whatever. But when Will Smith's talking to Jay or Kay about, well, tell people are smart, and he's like, people are dumb and panic, and that a person is smart. So like when somebody that's been by themselves their whole time, like Frank he's been alone, except with 12 different jungle cats, pretty much.
Yeah.
He's probably just accepting to everybody, in my opinion.
Okay. Well, that's what I look at. Like, yeah, I guess we look at it differently, but that's cool too.
And the thing with the headhunters and the indigenous tribe, again, he's been around for over, and like we didn't know this at the time, but he's been around for 400 years. He's befriended them, and kind of as society kind of modernizes, they kind of modernize together, even though they're out in the jungle. You know what I'm saying?
Why are they even in the movie? I thought just that group was way too offensive to even be in a Disney ride. I thought that's why they're not in the ride anymore, because people were offended. So why are they even like in the movie? That's why because
it fits the story of the movie.
Well, doesn't it fit the ride too? Like,
yeah, but movies and attractions are, even though I don't say they're the same, but they're different. But I mean,
it's the same company.
I know, but I mean,
I just don't know why they're okay with it over here, but they're not over here. I thought Trader Sam was awesome. I have no problem with her, but I thought Trader Sam was too offensive. I wish she had like a shrunken head, but I just don't know why it's okay over in this group, but not okay over here. I don't know. Jungle Cruiser, do you have a?
Yeah, go ahead, Gordon.
No, because I don't know too much about the changes of the actual attraction, but I do understand what you're saying. I really do. I see both sides of it, but because neither one offended me, I really wasn't looking at it that way. But
yeah, they didn't offend me either. I just don't know why.
No, yeah, and I see your point. I do, because I do see your point though. Just to let you know, I'm not saying I am listening to you guys, even though I'm like staring off into space. But
so I mean, I guess my idea would be like, we're watching a movie. The movie takes place in, we'll say, the 20s, Amazon. Even though the ride is supposed to transport us there, we're still in today, riding the ride today. So what? I don't know if that's a fair or good explanation, but
it is. But then you could also say, why are they canceling old movies when it was back then, but we're in today?
Yeah. So
it's like, but it's just they need to like just stick to something and don't be so flippy floppy, because I don't like it. So
yeah, I don't know, but like Jungle Cruiser, I wasn't offended by anything either.
Yeah, I wasn't offended either, but I just know people are offended. That's why things are getting taken out of rides and why movies aren't allowed to be watched anymore. And So
Is
there's just
taking
like
is having the PG-13 rating help that? Because the ride is not PG-13, right? The attraction.
I don't know. I think it's
I was-
G in Canada, general for everyone. So I don't know what the rating is there.
But this one is PG-13, which is 13
okay.
and up.
Yeah.
Are supposed to go see that. With a parent is fine, but
Yeah.
so it's not like rated R or anything like that. But they did make it PG-13 for, I don't know, for those reasons, but there were some scary parts in there. So we took Mini JC to see it, and
Didn't care for it too much.
maybe we shouldn't have. There were some parts in there that were that kind of scared her. But
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if that makes a difference. PG-13 movie versus a rated. I think the ride's rated G for the most part. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't think it's PG because there's no. I don't know.
No height
Yeah,
restriction.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, it's weird
So-
how it's like G here, PG-13 there.
Yeah, that
Doesn't
is
make any
weird.
sense.
So, I guess talking about the stars of the film, Dwayne Johnson, Emily Blunt, what did you guys think about their chemistry? Did you like them together, or Ryan?
I like them together. I just don't know if The Rock fit in that movie. Like I love The Rock. I love wrestling, but he just
Yeah.
I don't know. And like I don't know why. I know he's like been around for 300 years, but why doesn't he have an accent like the tribe he came with? Like if he was that first person in that area, wouldn't
Mhm.
like he just keep his accent because like that's his land type thing? So that kind of took me out. That's just all the little details kind of took me out of this movie.
Okay.
But yeah, but I think he was just too big for this movie. Literally, like I don't know. It was. I know it's The Rock. He sells tickets. I love The Rock, but I just don't know. He just didn't fit in that one for me.
What about you, JC?
No, yeah, I do love The Rock, and to be honest, you guys might hate me for this. I'm not really the biggest Emily Blunt fan, but
Mhm.
she did not ruin this movie for me, which I thought she was going to. And I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm not really a big fan of hers, but I did like her in this. I really did. Someone suggested, I don't know if you guys have heard this, that they should have gotten Oscar Isaac to play Frank.
Dude, that would have been a good cast.
He would have been good. I'm
Yeah,
a big
'cause
Oscar Isaac fan, so
as am I. Yeah.
especially after seeing that new Dune trailer. I'm just saying. I don't know if you guys saw that yet, but
No.
But,
But
oh, yeah.
but yeah, them together, yeah, and then the brother too. So I mean, the three main people were all good together.
yeah, I really liked, and the brother McGregor.
Mhm.
I liked his character a lot, and I just wish, but at times he didn't fit with the two of them, and I wish, because I get that she was a really big adventurer, but she was also like the bookworm. But I heard somebody say if like she would have been the action, adventurer person, but he would have been the brains of everything. Like he's the one that knew that they might have played off each other a little bit better than just him with all his luggage and different outfits. And but he was, I did enjoy his character a lot though. Have you guys seen the video that's on YouTube of Dwayne and Emily actually doing being skippers, but he's on the microphone telling them what to say?
You want to hear something funny about that? Is, I don't know if you guys heard my. I was on Leaving Today talking about we were talking about the Jungle Cruise, and the movie got brought up, and I wasn't meaning to say that we were going to get The Rock as like a Johnny Depp in Pirates.
Uh-huh.
The question I was asking is he going to make an appearance on the attraction like Johnny Depp did in Pirates? And I didn't watch the video yet. I just saw like little clips here and there, and I'm like, he did almost exactly what I thought, being the skipper. But my initial thought was just him standing on the land somewhere. But no,
Yeah.
he did it even better. He was the skipper. So I did see it, but I didn't watch the video yet.
Oh, okay. Really, really funny. Check it out. Myself, I did enjoy their chemistry, Dwayne and Emily's, and he is a bigger than life actor right now. I mean, he's just they're both just very charming. But somebody said it's really hard to put a female lead next to him just because of his presence. But I guess he's the one that actually felt that she was like the only actress that could play that role alongside him, and he actually kind of, I don't want to say he begged her to be in it, but he was like, I need you, you're the only one. So I did enjoy their chemistry. I did, even though it was, I mean, even in the previews we did mention with, like, when you see Edgar Ramirez, which was the main conquistador, that is like it was like Pirates, but you know, I already knew that going in. But I'm a big fan of his. I've seen him in a lot of movies before. The German Prince, that guy was funny. I've seen him, and is he from Friday Night Lights and a couple other Jesse Plemons?
I know he's from Breaking Bad.
That's right. That's right. Yeah,
Who?
but playing Prince
Joaquin or Hakeem. What was it? Joaquin?
Oh yeah.
Okeem. Yeah, his role was funny. He was a funny villain. I don't know, but and of course, I was kind of hoping Paul Giamatti would have had a bigger role. I'm a big
I
fan of
didn't
his.
even know he
but,
was in the movie until I saw him. So
yeah. So
Oh
I
yeah,
see,
neither did I. Same thing.
yeah, and I know he was in a few promotions, but I don't know. But I'm kind of going to go back to the music because I'm a big score guy, and I saw that this was a the gentleman who scored. He's done a lot of Disney movies. I can't think of it right now, but he actually does a score for Soarin'. So James Newton Howard. So I was excited to see that, but I felt like this should have had a theme, more of like a recognizable theme, like a Hans Zimmer style movie or something. But
You know who I thought it was?
Huh?
I thought it was John Williams. The
Oh,
reason
really?
why is because there are certain songs to score that sound like Jurassic Park. I
You know,
swear.
I picked up on that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
No,
that's
no,
what
I totally agree. Yeah. But like I said, the big highlight of the soundtrack was the Metallica cuts. I mean, I would seriously, I loved it. I know some people don't really care for it. Like, where does a Metallica song fit in a 1920s jungle movie? But to me, it worked, and especially, and if you guys listen, it totally rocks. And we were watching the credits, and it even said, Nothing Else Matters, repurposed by Metallica and James Newton Howard. So I was like, okay, they actually re-recorded. But when they're talking to the if you know the song Nothing Else Matters, it was kind of a lot of the video goes back to like one of the old wars or something. It's really weird, but Frank's telling the story of his story, but also the Edgar Ramirez's character that he was trying to save his daughter, and that's when it really gets to his daughter, he's trying to risk everything. It's like, well, yeah, nothing else matters but his daughter, and I'm like, it just fit perfectly. And I've been listening to this thing nonstop since it came out. So I don't know if you guys really paid attention to that or even cared about it or thought it fit in or.
Of course, I paid attention. That part to me was almost left unfinished. Like, he's still got to save his daughter. I was because when you have kids, you think about that kind of stuff. But
Yeah,
of course, I thought that was like one of the only unfinished parts of it. But obviously, they, they went on and got stuck or whatever. And I was like, dang, that sucks. So
true. What about you, Ryan? Not really. Just kind of random.
Yeah. I picked up on the Jurassic Park thing, but besides that, the score didn't do anything for me.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping for a little bit more. So, but at least we had that Metallica scene. But did you guys see that twist coming in with Frank being cursed?
I thought there was something with him because like you knew right away when he's like talking about no, that treasure, and he just like freaks out about it or whatever. Like you knew he's been like looking for it. I don't know. I kind of picked up on that.
Well, I figured he was looking for it, but I didn't think he was 400 years old and unkillable and cursed, I guess. But made sense why he was. But then it kind of made sense why he was always at the river, and they dried up, being that they're away from the river. So,
yeah. It was also the scene where he died, and you're like, "That's too soon in the movie for that."
Yeah,
there's something up. He's not. So, but like I was not thinking he was cursed. And at that point.
Yeah, same here. So
yeah.
So I guess we'll kind of wrap this up real soon. But do you guys still, after seeing this finally, do you guys see this being a franchise, or?
I hope not.
I definitely do.
Okay, I of course I do. I guess Ryan, I'm just kind of wondering what were you expecting, or? And
I was like, I don't.
Or what do you expect when you go into movies? Because
Well, I have high standards now that Disney's put out like Endgame and like
Well, that's more.
top
You can't say what they
or
own
like even
because
Disney. Like what else has Disney put out recently that's been good?
Cruella was good.
I want to see that stuff. I haven't seen that, but I want to see
Um,
that.
Yeah, you can't really mention like Star
Yeah,
Wars or Marvel
Jungle
just
Book.
because those are their own houses. Yeah, Jungle Book,
was
but
awesome. And that was a live action with like one person. Lion King
Lion
wasn't good.
King,
Like
Aladdin.
I didn't like. I didn't. You know how I feel about Aladdin.
Yeah,
Maybe there hasn't been much lately that I've liked from like Disney Studios.
not since Country Bears or Haunted Mansion.
No, I gotta look at a list of what's come out, but yeah, no, I just have there's too many good movies right like out in the world now. Like I know there's always been good movies, but like there's some really good movies now. Like
Yeah,
like even just like I know it's not Disney, but like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, like that's an amazing classic now. Like I just expect more. There's too much. Like there's too many people making too many good things. I feel like for Disney to put out mediocre things.
well, do you have you ever seen or do you know the term like popcorn movie?
I think I've heard of it. Like kind of like
Okay.
Transformers, where you just go in and like and just
Well, you don't go but you
like
just
you just
kind
like zone out. Like you just like watch what's on the screen.
Yeah, you just go to be entertained, not expect Lord of the Rings or
Yeah,
some of
and
that.
what the last I think the Strangers movie that was like that, and I loved it. So
Which
and
one?
that had Strangers. It's like kind of like a horror, but it's not really a horror. But
Oh,
it's like
okay.
it's a movie that doesn't really mean anything, but I loved it.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
no, I was just kind of seeing where
Yeah,
trying to
no,
where
I
you're
just,
coming from. So
I just have high standards from Disney now with things that have like the world is putting out. I just have high standards from Disney.
high Canadians. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, with like I give Disney most of my money, like for
Mhm.
vacation, like collectibles, movies, T-shirts. Look behind me. I just expect more from them. I expect
Do you think it was
the best
2
from
years
Disney.
overhyped or too like it was
No, because I was never excited for it.
really okay?
Yeah, I was excited for Joey to see it more than I was.
Not for me though. Not for me. Not the
Not for Jungle Cruiser.
Okay, you if you went to Adventureland Day 2 and you had a Tiki podcast, then probably. But
I'm gonna be on the Tiki Cast next year.
next year,
Yeah.
Next year.
All right. Well,
you guys have your schedule planned out.
I thought I'd mention that. No.
well, yeah, I did love it. Like I said, was it a perfect movie? No. Was there flaws? Of course, but it was pretty damn entertaining. I love the chemistry between all the actors, and I did instantly put out a post on our Instagram, just saying we'll be recording a spoiler-filled review of Jungle Cruise. If you've seen it already, we want to hear what your thoughts are. So, first comment we got was from our boy Sasquatch 79. He wrote, "Loved it. The cast was great. The chemistry between them all was great. It was pirates all over again." So, nothing wrong with that because I enjoy all the Pirates movies, even the ones that aren't as great. I'll say some in the middle. All Aboard podcast. Oh, hang on. That is Jungle Cruiser. This movie was great.
I get what
love Dwayne Johnson and his deliveries were on point, even though his punchlines were all the jokes. Very adventurous, and aside from other movies that have been mentioned, I felt like Atlantis in there. Hey, you said that already. Yeah, I should have started with this.
I forgot I wrote that to you because I wasn't planning on recording.
Yeah, I kind of asked
when
you
I wrote
last.
that. I mean, that's fine.
Yes.
But
no, good point. And of course, our boy, the Big Smooth, who I saw the movie with, and he actually just got back from Disneyland. So he bought the he was there the day of the world premiere, but
nice.
Didn't see. He got the grab bag that they were giving away with a button and candy and stuff. But you guys know that at Disney parks they do the designer series ears, the really like fancy.
Oh yeah.
61. So they released the ones designed by Dwayne Johnson, which was a skipper hat that had Mickey ears on it. So then on the back of it said Jungle Cruise, had a Jungle Cruise patch, then a Jungle Navigation Company patch on it too. So he wore those there. And his comment was, "My only complaint is that the sequel isn't here yet. And he's referring more to the movie's been out so long they could have worked on the sequel already. So yeah. So let's see. I hope I read this right. But be rated Lime. I really loved it. Definitely got the Mummy vibes. Was not expecting the Metallica bit, and it really hooked me. I love The Rock and Emily Blunt, though the chemistry was solid and compelling. Delivery of the puns was on point, and I think maybe my only complaint was the CGI could have been better. We all agree to that. Some effects looked a bit wonky, but I can easily overlook that kind of thing in the light of a fun story and great characters. Totally agree. Yeah, and we all agree that the CGI was probably the weakest point. Well, everything about this movie was weak to Ryan, but the CGI was probably the weakest point. So, The Learned Athlete, OMG, we loved it. Where do I start? Rosita, Trader Sam. Literally, we wanted to get in the car to Disneyland after the movie. And that's what the key is. I mean, it's like, all right, I feel like riding in the ride now. And especially after watching the Behind the Attraction with I don't know if you guys have saw that yet with the Jungle Cruise. Have you seen that series yet?
I have not seen it, but listening to your DU, you guys got me wanting to go watch it. So that will be my next thing I watch on Disney Plus.
And the first episode is definitely a commercial for for this movie. So we got a few more comments on our Facebook. While I'm looking for this, were you guys expecting? I mean, we're in the kind of age of mid-credit scenes between even TV shows and movies. Were you expecting one at all, or just didn't care?
They actually turned I sent you guys a picture when I was in the theater. They turned the lights on like 10 minutes before the movie even ended. So I was like,
oh, really?
As soon as I saw the first name came up, we got out of there. So I didn't even think about they don't usually do it for like standalone movies, do they? Like, I guess what was the last standalone that they did mid-credit scene for?
I don't know. There was a mid-credit scene for Cruella.
Oh, there was? Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. So
all the Pirates movies have one. And
that's like Marvel. That's like a series.
Well, yeah, but the first one wasn't a series yet, and they weren't.
The first one they had a mid-credit scene.
Yeah, they all do.
Have I not seen the mid-credit scene to the first Pirates?
Probably. So on Facebook, we got comments, quick ones. Amy, friend, she wrote, "Loved it." My buddy Patrick, I love all the puns. I laughed hard every time. So, yeah, all the Pirates have one. And I'm going to read. Yeah. So I got a couple comments on my personal that I just want to laugh because David S. Brennan just got back from seeing it. Jungle Cruise was a blast, like Romancing the Stone with just the dash of Indiana Jones and Pirates of the Caribbean. And I wrote, exactly. James Morton, what up, James? I never thought I would hear a Metallica song in a Disney movie. I love that movie. So then a good friend of the show, Becky, she wrote, I thought it was fantastic, surpassed my expectations. Then I kind of commented back. I'm like, yeah, I loved it too. Can you guess who hated it? Then she comments, he would, with 3 cracking up emojis. So, but yeah, I like I said, I really enjoyed it, and I'll probably go see it again. And been listening to Metallica. But so here's what I'll end it with this. But my idea for the post-credit scene was, scene fades out and you see Frank and Lily like in some kind of office or they're out somewhere or whatever. Then you start seeing like the back of a figure, and he's just kind of walking kind of slow to them, and they're looking at maps or whatever, maybe like a new adventure. And then kind of going back to that first society that we hear about but don't really know the name about. You hear the voice and he's like, oh, I heard you guys were finally accepted into whatever society but turned it down or something. And they're being like, or I'm trying to word it right, but turned it down. Yeah, so whatever. Well, how about I have a society that I know that might interest you or something. And they're like, kind of like look at each other. Okay, who are you? And then you see him kind of walk out of the shadow, and it's just an old guy. And I was thinking, I don't know if you know who this is, but he's an actor, James Cromwell. He's been in tons of movies. Mm-hmm. And so he was. I want to say, have you seen Babe? You were a kid when Babe came out. Have you seen?
Yeah. Yeah.
He was
Is he the guy with the mustache?
Yeah, the old guy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So he would come out of the shadow, and he'd be like, "I'm Dr. Albert Falls," and then the camera would pan down. You'd see the SEA pin like on his lapel. Then it would fade to black. So I thought that'd be a cool way to geek out us SEA heads. But
No, I like that. I like that a lot.
It sounded better in my head than trying to
I
describe
wouldn't
it.
be mad at it.
Yeah, the way you described it, that's only like an 8-second scene, so that's almost perfect.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're really quick. It doesn't have to be. Yeah. So, but okay, yeah. So, there's really no, we all know who liked it and who didn't like it, and we're on to the next ones. But what are you gonna say?
I got one more real quick. The one that threw me off guard, because the jokes in the beginning, they're coming. He's just dishing them out. The one towards the middle when they're about to go into the headhunter territory, because he's captured. You don't know that he's part of that scene. Spoiler, where he said this is not a good place to be headed, and he's like, I couldn't help myself, and I'm like, that threw me for a loop because it wasn't expected for him to make a joke while he's being captured. So I don't know.
And then and they kept throwing in the puns a little bit, but I still love the part where in the beginning where he even tells the little girls he's like, I will throw you out. Kind of like, I don't shut up. But no, I enjoyed it a lot. Ryan didn't enjoy it. Corey enjoyed it. Sorry, Jungle Cruiser. So no, it was fun talking about it. I don't know when the next movie will be. Shang-Chi, I think.
Oh, I'm not watching that one.
I don't even want to know why.
Yeah, Mini JC.
Yeah, what's up, Mini JC?
She's hiding.
Well, I guess that'll be the end of this show anyways. We might be doing movie reviews again. We'll see if Ryan wants to watch them. We'll find out. But no, thank you guys for watching. Drop us a comment if you liked it or didn't like it. Let us know. Maybe we will send this out as a bonus podcast. We'll see. Got a lot of shows coming out. And definitely subscribe to the channel and like the video if you liked it. So, and if you want to see more Mini JC showing up, definitely hit like. So I don't even know where to end it on this because it's totally different than another show. But where can we find you, Corey? Oh, I put it down on the bottom here.
Right there.
Cruiser.
Us on our other show, All Aboard Podcast. On Instagram.
Huam Han. You can find us at Huam Han.
There you go.
Huam Han number 7.
And I got to shout it out. But yes, I'm wearing my Jungle Cruise map shirt made by our good friends at Neverland Trading. So if you want a shirt like this or any other Disney, Marvel, Lucasfilm shirts, check it out. Neverlandtrading.com. Use the code DVERSE, and that's DVERSE, and tell them we said hi and we sent you. So we will have a new podcast out real soon. I think Ryan's almost getting married. So
yes. So if you guys if this does come out in a podcast and you're listening, I have any All Aboard fans listening, I will be absent for the next month. It's wedding season for my job, and I'm getting married, so it's a little hectic. So I will be back in September with all the Halloween goodiness.
Yeah, it's gonna be very fun. So definitely check us out, and even look up the Disney Podcast Family for all the links to all our shows. And that one's normally for JC, but
Yeah, I was on mute to let you guys do your thing because Mini JC's she wants to go hang out. So
well, right on.
To go.
Oh, we're out of here too. So we will catch you guys out with the next movie. And thanks for watching.
Later.